honorable judges and our dictator, by this motion, we want to make sure that as a government, we want to make sure that there's already culture that will already exist in our country. Talking about this house as first generation immigrant parents of color in predominantly white country will choose to live and raise children in ethnic we want to underline the keyword of this motion itself. It's all about predominantly white country. A lot of you maybe know about what we heard about the 2 weeks ago about Black Lives Matter. We do believe that it is some of stigma and background of the citizen itself who thinks that sometimes we deny that the Black Matter is already exists. They always have a negative stigma for the black skin, and they always think that there is a negative people, they are murder, they are doing a criminal, and so on and so forth. And that's why as a government we want to make sure there's already tolerancy, that's already we can accept a lot of culture because we live in the mixed culture, exactly, gentlemen. Talking about this, I have 3 points that I want to tell you how we should propose of this motion is gentlemen. The first one about the superior of its we want to change the part of superior of a white skin itself. The second one about the keeping of identity itself, and how actually the culture can bring to increase the economical in their countries. Talking about the superior of it, we do believe that all of the things will be better that when the people who do they have a white skin. It means that we have a blaming by the stigma of the citizen itself. Maybe you will find a lot of model, a lot of entertain. They have a skin white. A lot of people who are promoting it's already have a skin it's already have a white skin, but we deny the people who have a black skin because we have underestimate of the black skin. Maybe the black skin, their life is only life, but they're under pressure when they're live in the society. They can get the job, same thing like they have the white color who have but they have the same skill, but they are under pressure because of their skin itself, gentlemen. And we want to make sure that by choose to live and raise children in the ethnic itself, we can also keeping the identity and fight for keeping the identity itself, gentlemen. Why? Because we do believe that the culture is something that we can proud about it. We can also imagine that how can the life it's less about the culture. Culture is something important. It is a price so high. It is so expensive, and you cannot find the culture, and you can make a new culture to the another culture itself, gentlemen. We want to make sure that by keeping the identity and to live and raise children ethnic in the predominantly white country is also can keeping the identity, because we do believe that how actually peoples come, and it also can bring the economical system. Maybe some of us know about the Little India and the Singapore. They also build the identity of the India itself, gentlemen. They can also promote how the food, the traditional food, how can the sari, the traditional wearing of Indian itself, gentlemen. It also can help them to increase the economical system in their country, ladies and gentlemen. And why is supposed to be like that? Because we do believe that all of the people, even you are Indonesian, even you are Asia, even you are Arabic, you have the same of human right. And by this motion, we want to make sure that there is no intolerance again, and we want to fight keeping identity itself. Maybe some of us know too about the point of the parent itself, gentlemen. Why we want to focus on we'll choose to life and rest for the children? Because we do believe that children are because we do believe that the parent itself have a point of the control, and they can also control their children to have a good culture, and how can they promote their culture. And we know about today's we do believe that the point of existence of the culture is very important. Not all of the countries have a culture, and by this motion we want to make sure that even you are go far away from your country, but you have already have your identity of your culture itself, teman-teman. And we do believe that sometimes we want to make sure that there's no offense again for black skin, for people who are living from the Middle East. Maybe you know about the Islamophobia itself, and a lot of things that make people the white people will deny other people who are not from white country itself, teman-teman. So maybe some in Indonesia also, not only for the virgin country, we had the stigma also. Maybe some of us in the Java state, but when they see a lot of people in the Papua New Guinea, they think that, oh my God, there is a murder. It is a scary thing, that we want to make sure that there's no there's nothing people who thinks like that. And by this motion, as a government, we want to make sure that we can make sure the identity is already exists, the ideology of themselves is already exists, then there's no oppressor and negative stigma for the people who are come as an immigrant in the white country itself. That's why we beg to propose. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our motion today about this house as a first-generation immigrant parents of color in a predominantly white country will choose to live and raise children in ethnic enclave. Ladies and gentlemen, we do believe that in this era, many children, they don't understand about their culture, and they don't understand about many things of their country, and they don't know about their identity and their about the advantages and the disadvantages of their identity itself. Ladies and gentlemen, we do believe that we're using an ethnic enclave, we can make we can decrease a stereotype and the stigma of the people things, and then we can make we can promoting the culture itself. Ladies and gentlemen, I have 3 points about this motion. The first one is the maintain cultural values and the identity itself. The second about the eliminate stereotype. The third about the human right itself. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be explain the first one about the maintain cultural values and the identity. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, and my prime minister said before, about the people, they don't understand about their culture, because they're growing and the private in the as immigrant in the predominantly with white country. Ladies and gentlemen, we do believe that people with predominantly white country, they have a superior and good stigma in their country itself, and in the other country, they're thinking that the white people always good in everything that they can. Ladies and gentlemen, in the first point, I'll be explaining about the main culture, why we should maintain our cultural values. Ladies and gentlemen, the cultures is our identity. That's not just a culture, that's not about the values, it's about our identity. Ladies and gentlemen, if we are decrease our identity, it means that we are decrease our self itself. It is. And then make our ethnic enclave can make our children know about the culture of the values itself. And then we can promote our culture in the our culture in the country itself. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know that many racism in the country, because they don't understand about they don't understand about the culture of the ethnic itself, about white people think that about the Islamophobia. Okay, they don't understand about the Islam itself. Now we can promote the culture itself. That means that we can change we can eliminate we can change the people stigma in the society itself and increase our economical with selling our product in our unique product in the country. And ladies and gentlemen, if we are maintain our culture or our identity itself, it can be maintain the culture itself in the place. Ladies and gentlemen, I will explain the second point about my argument about the eliminate stereotype. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said before about the many people in the white country doing as racism and doing a racism, okay, they don't understand about the culture itself. It means that if we are explain our country and do the ethnic enclave in there, they can understand about our country, and that can stop the stigma or the stereotype itself. Ladies and gentlemen, did you ever hear the stigma about the people wear a scarf in the US? They always have a racism. They always have a violence things and the violence and the bullying, because they using a scarf itself. Because people think that, as my prime minister said, that Islamophobia is increasing in the other country as like US, because they don't understand about the identity or because they don't understand about the stereotype itself, it's true or not. It's just about the stereotype. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be explaining my third point about the human rights. As I said before, that every people have a culture, every people have the identity, and if we are we can choose about our identity. We can choose that we can born in the middle country or the high country or something like that. We can choose that, and if we are make the people about the, as my friends said before, about the stereotype and about the black people just doing a murder, violence and anything, they can think that they don't have the they don't have an advantage to be to burn as a black people or to burn as a middle class people or to burn about that people about that. Ladies and gentlemen, we do believe that we using ethnic enclave. It's very important and it's very important and have a more benefit for the immigrant and for the predominantly white country itself. Why? Because it can maintain the cultural values. It can help. It can decrease of humanity, and it can make good. It can make eliminate and stop the stereotype itself. That's why we beg to propose.